Alrighty guys, welcome back to another chess endgame lesson, and in this video what I want to do is continue talking about knight versus pawn endgames. However, in these videos, unlike the last couple, what I want to do is I want to cover the rook pawns and the knight pawns. In other words, if a pawn is on the A, B, G, or H files, because in the other examples we just took a look at these four central files right here. However, there is a big, in fact a huge difference if the pawn is on one of these last outer two files, and we'll see exactly what that is. So let's say that it's black's turn to move. They are going to go ahead, have the goal of promoting their pawn, so they're going to get one step closer, move their pawn up to b2. Now we said that okay, it's always good to attack or defend this from the side. So instead of going to c3, a better move would be d2. However, it doesn't really matter against a knight's pawn. Same thing with the rook's pawn, as we're going to see in just a second. So here, what the king can do is they can just hop over and go to a couple different options. Let's say they go to c1. So now what would happen is typically we would want to take our knight and position it to b3, checking the king. Now, when the king, let's say they just moved away to d1, doesn't really matter. What our knight was able to do with those previous examples is they were essentially able to hop over on the other side of the pawn and protect this square right here. So even though, you know, there are no squares to the left of the A file, if you can mirror this and imagine that it's hopping over to this square, therefore protecting it from queening in this direction. However, like I said, there is no like negative B file. So this knight, in this case, it doesn't have the option of hopping over to the other side. Therefore, it's rather limited. And of course, it doesn't want to hop here or it's just going to be captured. So where's it going to move? It doesn't really have any good opportunities. Maybe D4, staying as close as it can to the action. But now b1 just turns into a queen, and yeah. So that is the big difference with trying to defend against either the rook pawn or the knight's pawn on A, B, G, or H, is that your knight doesn't have that ability to hop back and forth to either side of the pawn. Now another variation I want to cover is that for the second move, where in this example we move the king over to c1, let's say that instead maybe it was a better idea to move the king to c2. Well, in that case, this is pretty interesting as well, where in this case the knight can indeed go to c4 and then b1 would queen, and now you get this fork where this is indeed a draw. So there are a little different techniques that both white and black have to watch out for. Black making sure that they indeed win this game and not just draw it, and white has to always look out for an opportunity to draw whenever you're playing against a king and a pawn. So as white, look for that tactic. As black, don't fall into that trap. Yeah, there you go. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys next video.